What's up guys, welcome back to another video. In our previous video we saw how to create this amazing login screen using SwiftUI, right? After watching that, a lot of guys have been asking me to hook this up with the backend and show how actual authentication works. So in this video, let's do that. Let's hook this up with Firebase and I'll show you how authentication works. Once done, we would be able to sign up as a new user using our new email and password, and using the new credentials be able to log in into the app as well. I'll also show you how to do basic CRUD operations, that is create, read, update and delete using Firebase Firestore from our Swift app, so that you can gain some knowledge on how to store, retrieve data from your app as well. So yeah guys, let's get started. Now initially I'll start off with the UI part. Since we have already discussed making the UI in our previous video, I'll just run through this. Once done, we'll hook this up with Firebase and that's when the real fun starts. So in short, I'll just speed this part up. Alright. So I've created a brand new application here, and so yeah, let's like I said, let's just jump in.
Hey Frankie. Frankie.
Alright, now that we have the UI in place, let's go ahead and hook this up with Firebase. So what I need to do is I need to go to console.firebase.google.com and create a new project, guys. Okay, this you won't get this. I have just created too many projects, that's why I'm getting a warning. Let's enter a project name, SwiftUI CRUD. Fine, and then click on continue. I'm not enabling Google Analytics for this project. Let's just create the project. While this is being created, you need to add Firebase iOS SDK here inside this Xcode. Now I'll show you how exactly to do that. For what you need to do is just click on the project, and there is something called, if you click here, there is something called package dependencies, right? Click on that and then add this. Now since I've already added this, it's showing recently used and there is a package here, right? Initially, if you search for Firebase iOS SDK, there won't be any projects displayed like this. In that case, what you need to do is just search for it in Google, get in there, and then simply copy this URL, and if you paste it here, it will show this package name. Okay, just click on this and click on add package. Let this fetch this for us. Our Firebase project is now created. Just click on continue. It will take us to that Firebase project. Click on iOS, and then here inside the Apple bundle ID, what you need to do is go here, get the bundle ID. Alright, now initially in the previous versions of Xcode, there used to be a checkbox here where you can like check whichever package dependency you want and then ignore the rest, but now looks like we lost that from Xcode 15, so I'll just click on add package and all the other packages would get added here. Now it's recommended, if you are building like the real application, a production application, it's recommended that you go here, go to general and remove all these, add only the packages that you want. Okay, since you are just doing a basic tutorial, let's just ignore that and move on. So I'll get the bundle identifier from here, this is my bundle identifier. download this. And simply drag it out and paste it. That's it. Cool. Now that we have added Firebase, let's go ahead and start writing code. So before we start writing our actual code, we need to configure the Firebase to be used inside the application. So in order to do that, what you need to do is get into this main one, Swift Firebase app. That's the main thing right here. And inside app, just do, here you need to like write a import statement. Here you need to write like an import statement, import Firebase, and then here just do init Firebase app.configure. That's it. Now go back to content view and let's start writing some code. What you need to do is first we'll do the sign up part. Okay, here that's it, guys. This is done. Where is our? Yeah, this is done. Just go here, click on authentication, ensure that email authentication is enabled. That's it. Save. Let's first write the sign up function. So I'll just go here and then do func sign up auth. Now initially you can't use Firebase auth without importing, so what you need to do is go ahead and import Firebase auth.create user with email ID, and password is password. All right, now we have a sign up function. Let's go ahead and wire this up. So what you can do is to sign up. Okay, there is logged in. The login page should still not keep showing, right? So we'll just have like a temporary page, not temporary page. We'll have like a page where the user is taken to after the login is complete, and we'll name this dashboard. Okay. So for now we have like a screen where we can show a logged in user. Let's go back here into content view, and upon signing up, the person should be taken to the logged in view. So on appear auth or add state did change auth user in if user not equals nil. Okay, you get what I'm doing here, right? I am simply creating a state change listener when the view appears, so that as soon as if the user is logged in, this user object that we get won't be null. So in that case, it literally means the user is logged dashboard page. If he is not logged in, obviously he'll be taken to the sign in page. That's it, guys. That's exactly what I'm doing here. and here we have specific logic to handle that as well. So let's see if this works. So far what we have written should work. Let's see if this works. As of now, you can see that there are no users here. So let's go ahead and create one. So I'm clicking on register and then typing out a email. Test user at test.com. Password test 1234 and then sign up. Wow, now we are inside this dashboard page, right? If you go here, you can, like, if you refresh, you can see the test user at test.com, which is the user that we just created. So our sign up functionality works as of now. Let's go ahead and write the sign in functionality as well, so that we can, okay, before that, let me have like a logout button here, so that when we finish writing the sign in functionality, we need to test it, right? So what I'll do is I'll have like a button logout. Yeah. So now I have a logout button, clicking on which I should be logged out and taken to the sign in page. Now if I click on this, obviously it's not going to show anything because the preview is dashboard, but anyway I'll click on it so that the logout functionality is done. And now if I go to content view, once again I should be shown the sign in page, because we have specific logic that will trigger the sign in page for us in case the user is logged out. Yeah, it's working, right? So let's write the sign in logic as well, just like we did for sign up, so that we can test that as well. Now I'll show you like a different way to do that, guys. The async functionality, async functions can be written in a different way, which I feel is much easier, which I'll show you. Hold on. Sign in task do let result equals try await auth down sign in with email. Yeah, this is exactly same as writing this way, but this is much more cleaner because it waits for the actual operation to finish, and then if there is an error, it's just thrown, and instead of printing it here, it should properly be shown in an alert window. But since this is just a beginner tutorial, let's just print it on the console, whatever error we get. Let's see if this works. Let's see if sign in works. Now that we have an actual user, it should work, right? So let's hook this up first with the sign in button. So where is the sign? Yeah, this is the sign in button. Sign in button, right? Now if I just click on, if I just test.com test 1234, and then if I click on login, it should automatically sign me in, and this listener would know that the user is signed in, and it will toggle the logged in flag, which will automatically take me to the dashboard page. So let's just click on login and see what happens. Yeah, so our authentication works perfectly, right? We are now able to create a new user as well as sign in with that same user, and we also have a logout functionality. So this is how you do Firebase authentication inside your SwiftUI apps, guys. Now let's move on to the second part of this video, which is CRUD operations: create, read, update, and delete using Firestore. So first, let's trigger up Firestore. If you start in test mode, you can like create, read, update, and delete without even being logged in. Okay, if you start in production mode, there will be like an initial rule where you have to be logged in order to like create, delete, read, or update. And you can like create your own multiple sets of rules after that. But yeah, that's the difference. So let this just go ahead and create it. We'll go ahead and rewrite our dashboard page in such a way that it caters to our needs. Right now, that's just a logout button. That's about it, right? but we need to like create a new how do I say this? Create a new interface wherein we can add, add, list, and delete the stuff that we just added. So in order to do that, let me first comment these out. I'm not going to be needing these. And instead of these, what if I navigation view list for each. We need to retrieve a set of data and show it in a list so that, okay, let's go ahead and create a set of data here. I'll start a collection and then call it cars. Document ID, let's just auto ID name. I'll just create a couple more documents inside this collection so that we can like retrieve. I'll first show you how to retrieve documents from a collection and then list it out in a screen, list it out on screen. Yeah, now we have 3 documents, right? Let me just go back here inside Xcode. Now I'll show you how to retrieve these 3 documents from Firestore and list them out on your Swift app. So to do that, what you need to do is first I'll create a new file. This will just be a Swift file, not a view file, and then I'll name that file data service. Okay. Inside this, I'll just add observable object is something that will observe another object. Okay, this is like a new concept wherein you can like throw around data inside your app without having to be worried about being it synchronized, guys. I'll talk about this entire concept, observable object, published, and binding and all that in a separate video maybe. Okay, so here I'll have something called published, and then you need like a model file. So I'll go ahead and create that as well. Now this will be an identifiable code. And okay, this is the thing that you are using here. You get what I'm doing here, right? I'm creating a model file, and inside this I have a struct called car which has this name property, which is nothing but the same that we used here, and this document ID is nothing but this ID. And for this ID, what I'm doing is I'm creating a unique identifier. That's it. So I don't need to include this whenever I want to create a new document. That's about it. So I'm going back into data service. Now I can use this car model here once this finishes. Anyway, let's go ahead and write a function to fetch the documents from Firestore and show it in our mobile application. Init fetch cars. Let's just have fetch cars. Func fetch cars. Let dv equals Firestore log. You understand what's happening here, right? I hope you understand what's happening here. Like I said, I'll speak about how exactly to throw data through across your screens in your Swift apps, guys. But for now, understand that when you have the published annotation before a variable, what it literally means is that whenever the value of this variable gets updated, the update will be published throughout the entire application wherever this variable is being listened to or wherever this variable is being used. So if you clear out this variable, then that entire thing will be cleared out wherever this variable is being referenced. That's exactly what this annotation stands for. And what I'm doing here is I'm simply fetching the cars from the collection here. And since this is case sensitive, I think we need to give exactly cars. And I'm adding a snapshot listener, which will automatically get all the documents and try to map those documents. This is simply just mapping those documents with our existing model file that we have. Once that is done, it will be stored in this cars variable, which is then going to be accessed inside our dashboard. So now that we have a cars variable, publishable variable, we can simply go ahead and access that inside the dashboard and try to show the cars. So now this for each would make sense. We need to access the data manager here, right? So what I'll do is I'll simply use an environment object. Normally, it's not advisable to use environment objects inside one specific view. What you need to do is take an environment object and attach it with the main content view, so that wherever environment object is like saying that this object is going to be used throughout the application, guys. That's it. So even if the app becomes like very big, you can simply access that environment object. That so literally means that you can access it throughout the environment inside the application. So yeah, enough talk. Let's just see how to data service dot cars id / id. Oh yeah, okay. Obviously, this dashboard now requires this environment object. So I need to send that here inside the preview. Actually, let me test it from the dashboard view, since I logged out and haven't logged in. So technically the app won't be able to access due to the rules that we set in. So test user at test.com. Alright guys, now as you can see here, our 3 cars have been loaded up. And I hope you guys got how this works, right? Now inside our dashboard, we are getting the cars. We are accessing this particular variable, the cars published variable, and then using a for each to iterate through through that particular variable, through this list of cars. And this list of cars is nothing but the list we get from the Firestore collection. That's it. So now that you have this list of cars in here, let's go ahead and see how to add one from inside our Swift application. So in order to do that, let's first go ahead and create a button. So since I have a navigation view here, I can just go ahead and create a title bar like I showed in my SwiftUI in 30 minutes video. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then from there, hold on. Frankie. Let my previews load up. My previews are a little bit slow today. So, but anyway, okay. Oh man, I just figured out what went wrong. This entire thing should have been inside the. Yeah, now it will work. And what I'm going to do here is give a text field where you can enter a car and then have a save button where if you click on save, it will automatically save the car onto Firestore. Create a new document and save it onto Firestore. That's about it, guys. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I'll do is state private where show pop-up equals false, state where private where new car equals, yeah. Okay, this is done. Now let me just do show, yeah.
Frankie.
This presentation details is amazing, guys, really amazing. Yeah, now you can see the two buttons there. If I tap on this, it should immediately toggle this, which means that the sheet should be presented. Let's try tapping on that. Yeah, now you can see that we have text field and an add button, tapping on which it should trigger a function inside our data service that should do the adding of the document inside Firestore, right? Let's go ahead and hook that up as well. So I'll get into data service, and then after this func, why did I put these two inside here? Yeah, that's it, guys. You can see how easy this is, right? So now we have a function to add a document, which is nothing but our car, and then let's call this function from here. Alright, now let's try adding a car. Yeah, you can see that it's instantly added, right? And if you see here as well, yeah, this is the car that we just added. We'll add one more. Yeah, you can add any number of cars that you want, guys. That's it. So this is how you add documents into Firestore. Now you can do sub collections as well, and not only that, you can like add it in a batch as well, a batch of documents, and then execute it in a batch as well. I'll show those in later videos. Now let's just see one more functionality, which is the delete functionality. Delete functionality, you actually need to like write a function delete at offsets. And then here inside nav, if you do a for each and if you have a list like this, the list has a modifier called on delete, which you can simply invoke to like this, on delete. You can simply call that to perform whatever you want whenever a user tries to swipe something to delete, guys. That's it. So perform delete. The delete is nothing but the function here. The function will receive the offset of index set of the value that the user swipes on, and in turn I can simply do the delete operation directly. That's it. So let me go into data service one last time and then try to create a delete function. Alright, now we have like a delete car function. This will receive an index set, and then from that it will get the first index. That is, the index is nothing but the ID, this ID. So once it gets the ID, all it needs to do is check for that ID, which document corresponds to that ID, and simply delete it. That's it. So now what I can do is go back into content view. No, I need to wire this up, right? So here data service.delete car. Alright, now let's see if this works. Let's try deleting one, or else. Okay, let's just try deleting Mercedes. So if I just swipe, I can see the delete button, right? If I click on delete, yeah, Mercedes is gone, and it's gone from the document does not exist, gone from the backend as well. So yeah, that's it, guys. Now we have a complete functionality where we also have sign up and sign in functionality and the CRUD functionality as well. Alright, guys, we have just taken this minimal clean looking UI and then made it into a functional prototype. We created the sign up functionality, test user 2 at test.com. Test 1 2 3 4. Yeah, we can sign up as a new user, and this user would get created in the back with no issues. This is one thing that we saw today. And what else can we do? We can like add us into the database, add new documents, add new data into the database, store it, retrieve it, as well as delete those cars from the database as well. We have seen all these today. Yeah, now you can see the cars being loaded up, right? Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to show you guys today. And yeah, you can obviously add new cars. And whenever you add a car from here, obviously this will get reflected here instantly, and not only that, it will get added here as well. And same way, if you delete a car, like say for instance, let me delete Tesla. If I delete this, it will instantly get deleted from this list. Yeah, it instantly gets deleted from this list, as well as it gets deleted in the backend as well. There's no Tesla here now. As you can see, Tesla is deleted from the backend as well. This document does not exist and everything. So yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to show you guys today. You can add any number of cars that you want, and then like they'll get added, and you can like fetch those cars and show them up instantly here. You can also delete the cars from the list of cars and everything. So yeah, guys, this is exactly, now that you have seen how to perform the CRUD operations, you also saw how to sign up as a new user, sign in as a user, And yeah, that's about it. I hope this video helped you in some way, guys. I feel like it might have helped you get started with your applications. Anyway, if you like this video, kindly hit the like button. If you found this really helpful, kindly share it with someone and help them too. If you really like what I'm doing on this channel and would like to watch more videos like this, kindly hit the subscribe button. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.